Yeah, I was listening to the LA camp. Yeah, I don't mean to talk too much shit on them because I believe they're sincere and I actually like the brothers, but they just don't know scriptures. All they do is bring out, they're like proverbial, you could say proverbial prophets. They do the hopscotch and babble with the proverbs, the simple proverbs that everybody knows, and then they go into the news. Oh, the digital ID came. We already know that. The news tells us that. You didn't come up with that. You don't know how to break the scriptures down. That's the problem. Same thing with the mark of the beast. You did not come up with that. Tahar did not come up with that. We can read the news. We can look at conspiracy theories. And they do a much better job than you guys reporting it. You're supposed to be about the scriptures and you don't know the scriptures. Like I said, I don't want to come down too hard on these brothers. But they don't know the scriptures. Now here, they're talking, if you notice, nobody's asking them any questions. Nobody talks to them. If anybody does talk to them, they get nervous and they want to call the police. They're talking to the camera. And then here he starts talking shit about this quote-unquote being on the streets, which most of these clowns come and go. If you look at most of these clowns, they come and go because they fall off because it's not the way you're supposed to develop in this truth. You're supposed to get deep into the scriptures and understand the breakdowns. You don't understand the breakdowns. Look, he goes to talking shit here.
Halloween party. And then Thanksgiving, the same thing.
Same thing.
And then come so-called Christmas, same thing, man.
Yep.
All right?
That's right. You in debt, you behind.
Yeah, that's all shit we are.
Verse 26. Come unto her with thy whole heart.
With your whole heart.
That's right.
Watch him read a proverbial scripture, Proverbs, that's all they're about. With your whole heart. What the fuck is that? And then he twists that and talks about the streets. Nothing about the streets in the scripture. He twists that because their apostles told them to be out there and talk to themselves like lunatics. Check this out.
Right? Exactly. You got to come to this with your whole heart, man.
And keep her ways with all thy power. It says, search and seek, and she shall be made known unto thee. And when thou hast got hold of her, let her not go.
That's right. That's right. And those bonds, a lot of these Israelites, man, that wakes up to the truth, but those bonds, they count it as strangeness. That's why a lot of them fall out, man.
And Slappy, I'm sorry. A lot of them don't go to the highways and byways.
Exactly.
Look, TikTok is not the highways and byways. For all you
You see how he just pulls that shit out of his ass? That wasn't even in the scripture that he just read. The time that it does mention it is the parable. He pulls that shit out of his ass. But yet, when it comes to breaking down the scriptures, he doesn't fucking know the scriptures.
Trust and believe that, man.
Watch, you'll see over here. He goes to breaking down Matthew 24, where Yahushua makes a reference to Daniel. And he notoriously botches it. I believe even some of because the apostles don't know much. I'm sorry, they don't know much. But even some of the apostles know that Matthew is referring to Daniel 9. And here this guy, with all the shit talking that he does, doesn't know the breakdowns. He botches it. And here, the funny thing is that this guy, who's supposed to be under this guy, he knew the right breakdown, and this guy just fucks it up. He just botches the whole fucking breakdown. Watch, you'll listen.
Abomination of desolation spoken of by Daniel the prophet.
Now, when did that happen?
68, 70 AD?
No, it happened during.
You hear that? They said the right answer, 70 AD. Daniel 9 talks about two occurrences. If you look at my breakdown, because I'm the only one who has that breakdown. GMS does not have that fucking breakdown. Look at the breakdown. There's a gap. It starts, there's a start date. It ends when Yahushua gets crucified. Then there's a 40-year gap mentioned throughout the prophecies in the Bible, the 40 years. There's that 40-year gap, and then Jerusalem, the start of the fall of Jerusalem, which is 66 to 70 AD, 3.5 years. That's what it's talking about in Matthew. The fall of Jerusalem, it's mentioned in Daniel 9. And Daniel 9 is twofold because Yahushua is talking about the fall of Jerusalem, and he's also talking about the end of the age, which is now. But this guy says it's Daniel 8. Watch, you'll listen.
The time of the Greeks. When Antiochus Epiphanes.
See that?
When he started
I'll go
to
back.
erect
One of the guys says
those,
it's fall of Jerusalem. Is like, nope.
It's preaching to all the world. World Wide Web, man. Yep, for a witness.
They're just mumbling shit, talking to themselves.
Go ahead.
It says, and then shall the end come.
And then the end is going to come. So we close to the end coming. Because this has been preached throughout the world as a witness. Okay?
Well,
Go ahead.
When, verse 15, when ye therefore shall see the abomination of desolation spoken of by Daniel the prophet, stand in the holy place, whoso readeth, let him understand.
there you go. That tells you everything. It's the what's mentioned in Daniel the prophet, which is Daniel 9, which is a twofold prophecy. One time during the fall of Jerusalem, and another time, obviously here mentioned in in Matthew, it's the end of times. It's not talking about Antiochus Epiphanes. These guys know it, and this guy, obviously, with all that shit talking that he does, doesn't fucking know it. You guys in GMS gotta get your shit together.
Then let him which be in Judea flee into the mountains.
Go back. Yep. Where it says, when he shall, spoken of by Daniel the prophet, and give me the precept to that.
Look at that. He wants to show off, and then he botches it.
Daniel, and the book of Daniel?
Yeah.
I'll read it again. This is Matthew 24:15. When ye therefore shall see the abomination of desolation spoken of by Daniel the prophet.
Now, when did that happen?
68, 70 AD?
No. It happened
Hear that? 70 AD. They're right.
during the time of the Greeks.
Yeah.
When Antiochus
These guys just agree. That's why you can't be in a camp. They're a bunch of bozos. They had the right answer, and then they're like, yeah. Antiochus Epiphanes, yeah. Just go along with that shit.
Epiphanes, when he started to erect those them false idols, Jupiter in the temple, sacrificing pork on the altar and all of that.
That's actually talking
Alright.
about Daniel 8. That's the wrong abomination of desolation. It's talking about Daniel 9. Even your elders know that. As little as they know, even they know that. So you don't even fucking know the breakdowns, but you're over here talking a whole lot of shit because you're in the streets and nobody fucking listens to you. Nobody asks you any questions. And if they do, you run them off because you're afraid of questions. And what the hell are you even talking about? Again, no title. No breakdown. No title. It's just some proverbial wannabe prophets. There's no actual title. There's no actual breakdown. They're not talking to anyone on the streets. They're talking to themselves in the camera. And you guys are just fooling yourselves. Every day there's a new flunky because a lot of them fall off. But you're talking a whole lot of shit and you don't know the breakdowns. I believe over here they also go at the beginning. They go into the false prophet. How's the bad? It's not the fucking Vatican. The false prophet is the United States. Just like Tahar was going into, NATO. You don't even hear about fucking NATO. NATO got nothing to do with shit. It's the UN. The UN is going to implement the beast. The UN is going to come together and destroy the beast, America. They're all going to come together against the US and Israel. It has nothing to do with no fucking NATO. You guys are getting humiliated. And you still got that fucking pride. Learn your breakdowns before you go out there and talk some shit. Because I know you guys don't want no smoke. Big Bad Issachar will fry the shit out of you guys. Any GMS, any Israelite, period. I'm the top dog. Sáquese la verga.